Hello, welcome to a video introducing Do Not Pay's Application Programming Interface, or API. This diagram helps explain how an API connects Do Not Pay resources to your system. Do Not Pay serves as the provider of information, while your system receives the information that Do Not Pay offers. The API connection provides an integrated solution for payment eligibility verification activities. One of the greatest advantages of using an API is that it automates the very manual process of requiring individuals to perform specific matches and to make updates within an agency's system. An agency's API software system can automatically ping the Do Not Pay API software system and communicate information from the approved Do Not Pay data sources back to the agency in just a few seconds or less. Agencies may have existing software systems established to complete eligibility analysis of potential beneficiaries. Establishing an API connection with Do Not Pay would allow you to integrate approved Do Not Pay data sources into those existing systems. This process results in a more streamlined analysis process and incorporates Do Not Pay data in real time to help you with your eligibility determinations. The Do Not Pay API system uses REST, which is the most commonly used API style and considered industry standard. This is the onboarding process for an agency to establish an API. To begin the process, you will be required to complete the initial questions application to request access to Do Not Pay data sources via an API. The Do Not Pay outreach team is available to assist with any questions you may have about the application. After completing the application, the Fiscal Service Legal team will review the application and approve your agency for use of the API functionality. Please note that this legal review may take up to a couple weeks to complete. After legal approval, we would move into the technical setup phase of the process, which would require you to build your API system. Do Not Pay's API software is already built, and we would just make a few changes to allow you to access the data. To assist with the technical setup phase, Do Not Pay will provide you with onboarding documents, such as an implementation guide, to help you walk through the process of setting up your API system. The API implementation guide will include details about the JSON API industry standards that we use, including details around how to request the data source elements that are relevant to your program. The API connection with Do Not Pay offers a measure of customization and tailors the Do Not Pay system to meet the needs of your agency for eligibility determination activities. Please keep in mind that Do Not Pay is available to assist you during the technical setup phase of the API implementation process. Because an API connection is customized for your systems, we recommend having ongoing conversations with the Do Not Pay outreach team and your agency's point of contact throughout the entire process in order to address your specific needs. After the technical setup is completed, we would move into the QA testing phase, using lower environments and test data to ensure the connections function properly. Do Not Pay will provide you with test data such as names, taxpayer identification numbers, and social security numbers, based on the data sources that you have been approved to use. We will provide both positive and negative test case scenarios so that you can verify results in the API should both scenarios occur. During this QA testing phase, Do Not Pay will also validate connectivity and answer any questions around how to construct your agency's API calls to Do Not Pay. After QA testing is completed, Do Not Pay would then access the production environment and work with you to monitor our log file in order to address any issues or errors that occur. We will work with you to ensure your calls to Do Not Pay's API are as efficient as possible. Please note that during both QA testing and production verification, the API technical team will provide you with the certificates necessary to connect to the Do Not Pay API. After production verification is completed, we would consider being live with the API connection. You would be able to ping Do Not Pay's API in order to pull data source match results into your agency's software system. Your Do Not Pay agency lead or agency specialist would be available from that point forward to answer any additional questions regarding business needs. One aspect of working with Do Not Pay is providing feedback from match results. We want to understand what you are doing with the information you receive from us, including the value it provides to you. This feedback lets us know how to specifically assist you and to improve your experience moving forward. By working with Do Not Pay, you have the opportunity to utilize both the API connection as well as accessing the Do Not Pay portal to help with your payment eligibility verification activities. Do Not Pay works with agencies to determine the best solution based on the needs of your organization. However, the API connection offers a few distinct advantages above accessing the Do Not Pay portal. With the API connection, the agency integrates Do Not Pay data into their own system. This allows the agency to realize efficiencies from automation. On the other hand, using the Do Not Pay portal requires the manual process of searching entities against available data sources and requires individuals to log into the portal to retrieve these results. API offers the ability to receive real-time results rather than the daily uploads of Do Not Pay portal match results. API does not require onboarding to the Do Not Pay portal, therefore there is no need to log into the portal application to receive match results. There are two different options available for implementing Do Not Pay's API connection. For the single record API, the agency software system sends Do Not Pay one entity, which would be received and screened against available data sources. One response would be returned with the results from the data sources. For example, if you send Do Not Pay one taxpayer identification number via the single record API, we will scan the record and send back applicable match results for that specific TIN instantaneously. The single record API is intended for agencies whose employees are in different workstations, completing eligibility determinations at different times. If this is your case, the single record API search may be sufficient. For the multiple record API, the agency software system would have the option to send Do Not Pay up to 100 entities at one time. All these entities would be received and screened against available data sources, with corresponding matches returned to your API system in real time. For example, if you send Do Not Pay 100 taxpayer identification numbers via the API, we will scan the 100 records and send back applicable match results. The multiple record API is intended for agencies that would prefer to send batches of entities throughout the day and that need to receive different sets of results in real time. Do Not Pay offers access to several data sources through the API connection. Available data sources for both single record API and multiple record API are listed on the bottom two rows in the chart. Do Not Pay has created a step-by-step process to help you implement an API connection with your agency's software system. We have prepared much of the work up front in order to minimize the work required from your agency as much as possible. As you consider interest in establishing an API connection with Do Not Pay, there are a few requirements to keep in mind. Your agency will attend the initial meeting with the Do Not Pay API team to discuss the path forward and required steps. You will be required to complete the initial questions application to outline the resources your agency needs to assist with payment eligibility determination activities. After legal approval, you will need to build out your API system. To assist with this, Do Not Pay will provide you with an API implementation guide, which defines the step-by-step implementation process. After establishing the API connection, you will need to perform QA tests by sending pings to the Do Not Pay API system, then monitor the responses. After testing is completed, we will go live with the API connection. You may also provide feedback about the match results to Do Not Pay in order to demonstrate the value from using these resources and to identify opportunities for improving the connection. Sharing feedback is a collaborative process that benefits both your agency as well as the Do Not Pay Business Center. Your feedback helps us in 4 key ways. Do Not Pay will understand how we can better serve you and enhance your current API connection. The Do Not Pay technical team will be made aware of any potential issues regarding the flow of data from API pings. Do Not Pay will be able to better understand the value of improper payments prevented through your use of the API connection. Agency testimonials demonstrating the value of using the API connection with Do Not Pay also help other interested government programs that are considering usage of API for their own payment eligibility activities. We are excited to have wonderful partners that have expressed interest in the API connection with Do Not Pay, including Health and Human Services, Department of Justice, and Small Business Administration. This concludes our video introducing Do Not Pay's API. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the Do Not Pay Agency Support Center with either a call or an email. Thank you and have a great day.